No way, the doctor just found another secret inside this fruit. The operation continues. But nobody in the room is prepared for what appears next. The doctors carefully examine the fruit again, and suddenly something starts moving underneath the surface. Everyone stops. Did you see that? The surgeon quickly grabs the tools and begins another careful extraction. The fruit looks terrified as the doctors reach inside, and then a tiny colorful character suddenly pops out. But instead of being alone, it looks like there could be even more hiding inside. One by one, the doctors carefully pull them out, and the operating table starts filling with tiny fruit characters. The giant fruit can barely believe what it's seeing. But just when the family reunion begins, another patient arrives in the emergency room. This one looks completely normal from the outside, but the scan tells a totally different story. The screen suddenly lights up, revealing a strange object hidden deep inside. The doctor looks at the assistant. The assistant looks at the patient, and everyone realizes they've got another mystery to solve. Then the surgeon makes the first move, and what comes out leaves everyone speechless. The patient suddenly looks relieved, while the tiny characters gather around to see the unbelievable discovery. But before the doctors can celebrate, the lights flash and another fruit is rushed into the room. This hospital isn't slowing down, and the craziest operation is still coming. This operation just took an insane turn. Another fruit is rushed onto the table, and this patient looks even more nervous than the others. The doctor starts with a quick scan, but suddenly the screen reveals something hiding deep inside. Wait, that doesn't look like a normal fruit. The surgeon immediately prepares the instruments and carefully begins the operation. The fruit starts trembling as the doctors work faster, and then something tiny suddenly appears. The assistant grabs it before it can roll away. But everyone notices something strange. There's another one behind it. One by one, the hidden surprises are carefully removed, and the room becomes more chaotic with every discovery. The fruit looks exhausted, but when it finally sees what the doctors have pulled out, its expression completely changes. The tiny characters gather together, creating the most unexpected little family reunion. But just when everyone thinks the emergency is finally over, the doctor notices one final shape on the scanner. Hold on, we're not done yet. The entire room goes silent. The surgeon reaches back inside and carefully removes the final mystery object. Everyone stares at it in disbelief before the patient suddenly celebrates. But there's barely time to celebrate because another fruit is already waiting outside the operating room. And judging by the look on its face, this next surgery might be the craziest one yet.
Wait, this might be the craziest patient yet. The next fruit is rushed into the operating room, and the doctor immediately notices something unusual. Instead of starting the surgery right away, the medical team performs one final scan, and suddenly the screen reveals a massive hidden shape inside. Everyone freezes. The patient looks terrified as the surgeon prepares the instruments. The operation begins slowly, but then something starts moving. Hold on, it's alive! The assistant quickly gets ready as the doctor carefully pulls the mysterious object out. But the second it appears, everyone realizes there's something even stranger about it. The patient looks down in complete disbelief while the tiny surprise starts moving around the operating table. The doctors quickly make sure everything is okay, then wrap the exhausted fruit in a giant bandage. For a moment, everything becomes calm until the tiny characters suddenly gather around the patient. It turns into the sweetest moment of the entire crazy hospital. But then the doctor looks back at the scanner and notices one final mark still showing on the screen. Everyone turns silent again. The surgeon slowly moves back toward the patient and prepares for one last check. Could there really be another surprise hiding inside? The doctor reaches in, pulls something out, and everyone completely loses it. The patient finally celebrates, the tiny characters jump around happily, and the operation ends in total chaos. But just as the doctor walks away, another patient appears at the door. So maybe this crazy fruit hospital isn't finished after all.
You thought the fruit hospital was finally done, but then this happened. The next patient walks in looking completely normal, but the doctor immediately notices something wrong. A quick scan is performed, and suddenly the entire screen lights up. There's something inside again. The patient starts panicking while the surgeon prepares for one final operation. The instruments move closer, the room goes completely quiet, and then the doctor carefully begins the extraction. Suddenly pop, a tiny surprise comes flying out. Everyone jumps back in shock, but the little character is perfectly fine and start moving around like nothing happened. The doctors quickly check the patient one more time, and this time the skin is completely clear. The fruit looks reviled, but then something unbelievable.